Are three of my favorite science fiction stories with a heavy focus on language.
I did not know this creator, but she had three great science fiction books focused on language that look fascinating and inspired me to share a series that I just found monumental years ago. This is the Riverworld series by Philip José Farmer, and the premise is fascinating. All 36 million human beings who have ever lived all of a sudden show up in resurrected bodies. Everybody's 25, can't be hurt, and they're along this river that's about a mile wide and in a valley about 9 miles wide. And this river goes seemingly forever. Some say 20 million miles. And all of the humans who ever lived are placed along this river. And it's all the different societies thrown together. Usually there's a majority of one society, like ancient Romans, along with someone else like Argentinians from the 17th century, along with some very early humans as well. And it's his sociological look at what would happen when all of these cultures come together. For one, they need a universal language, so Esperanto starts to spread so everybody can talk to each other. And different forms of government arise. Some of them are horrible and terrible, and some of them are really beautiful, and no one can figure out why they're there. How was this created? How are they all 25 with no more piercings and tattoos? How can they not have babies anymore? Where's all the food coming from? Food just appears. There's no animals. There's nothing else. All you can do is just sit there and be. And so some people use that time for contemplation. Some people use that time to enslave others. And the cool part is all of these historical characters are there. Richard Burton is one of the heroes, but here in the Magic Labyrinth, it's especially good because the hero is Samuel Clemens, old Mark Twain himself. And you could tell that Philip José Farmer probably could have written a nonfiction book about Samuel Clemens. He had so much knowledge. I think this was just a vehicle and an excuse for him to put all of that knowledge into use. And so the Magic Labyrinth with Samuel Clemens is just fantastic because what this one daring do wants to do is get to the end of the river or to the source of the river and figure out what the hell is happening here. Is this aliens who put us in this weird space? Like, are we just bacteria under a test tube? How did all of humanity all of a sudden just pop up here? We can't die, and there's nothing for us to do. It is a fascinating series, and it really goes to show how amazing science fiction is at wrestling with some of life's most important questions. Just like the Twilight Zone was wrestling with the important social questions of its day. So this was my first taste of Philip José Farmer, and I just cannot recommend this series enough. It was a great blend of sociological thinking, historical personages, and just great science fiction.